Attention passionate Green Bay Packers fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Green Bay Packers' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Green Bay Packers fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and Green Bay Packers fans. Let's get to the news in the world of NFL. Few things stir up as much excitement and anticipation as a blockbuster trade, especially when it involves a player as impactful as Chris Jones. And right now, the buzz is swirling around the possibility of the Kansas City Chiefs shipping out their star interior defender to the Green Bay Packers. Yes, you heard that right. The Packers, who have been looking to bolster their defensive line to push further into the playoffs, might be landing one of the league's most disruptive forces in Jones, a player who could redefine the Packers' defensive identity in 2024 and beyond. Now, let's set the scene. The Chiefs, after an underwhelming 8-9 season, are clearly in a rebuilding phase. They've been shedding some cap space and adjusting their roster to focus on the future. One of their main priorities is freeing up enough cap room to overhaul their offensive line, which has struggled at times and needs reinforcements to protect their young quarterback. Chris Jones, a 31-year-old monster and a perennial Pro Bowler, has been a key part of their defensive success over the years, especially with his ability to pressure the quarterback and stuff the run. But with the team's cap situation, they might be willing to part ways with him in exchange for a first-round pick in the 2026 draft. Sources close to the situation suggest that the trade is nearly certain, though nothing has been officially confirmed yet. The proposal circulating indicates that the Packers would send a first-round pick in 2026 to Kansas City in exchange for Jones. If this happens, it would be a seismic shift in the NFC North and the entire NFC landscape. Jones's impact on the field is undeniable. Just look at his 2025 season. He tallied an impressive 11 sacks, ranking 6th among defensive tackles, along with 48 solo tackles, 30 assisted, and a total of 78 combined tackles. His ability to generate pressure is elite, with a PFF grade of 91. 4, the highest among defensive tackles last season, and he recorded a staggering 30 quarterback hits, 14 tackles for loss, and 6 forced fumbles. His stats aren't just numbers, they're game changers. His presence alone demands double teams, freeing up other defenders and creating mismatches for the offense. The Packers, currently sitting at 10-7 with a solid cap space of around $68 million, would be gaining a true game wrecker. Adding Jones to a defensive line that already features Kenny Clark would be akin to adding a freight train to a well-oiled machine. His addition could elevate the Packers' run defense significantly, which struggled in 2025, allowing 4.6 yards per carry. With Jones in the middle, that number could drop, and the pass rush would get a serious boost. Expect him to add around 20 more quarterback hits in 2024, and his pressure rate per snap could climb to +2. 3 compared to the current DTs on the roster. That's a game-changing upgrade, and it might be just what the Packers need to turn a good defense into a great one, especially in a division where the Minnesota Vikings and Detroit Lions are also stacking talent. And speaking of impact, let's talk about what Jones could do for the Packers' playoff chances. Historically, adding a player of his caliber has been linked with a team's rise in pressure stats and a reduction in points allowed. If Jones joins Green Bay, projections suggest the defense could cut its points allowed from around 22 to 18 per game, a massive improvement. His pairing with Clark could create mismatches that offenses will find difficult to handle. The Packers could see their turnovers spike, with more forced fumbles and interceptions, thanks to the chaos Jones can generate on the line. Plus, his ability to collapse the pocket would help the Packers' secondary, giving them more opportunities for turnovers and perhaps even setting up more scoring chances for the offense. And let's not forget the bigger picture. The NFL odds for Green Bay to make a deep playoff run could see a significant shift. Currently, the Packers are viewed as a playoff contender with a decent shot at the postseason, but acquiring a disruptive force like Jones could elevate their Super Bowl odds from +3,500 all the way to +1,000. That's a massive jump, and it speaks to how much this move could energize the team and its fan base. With Jones anchoring the interior, the Packers could become one of the top defenses in the league, especially if they pair him with Kenny Clark, creating a nightmare for opposing offensive lines. Such a pairing would remind many of the dominant defensive duos in NFL history, like Aaron Donald and his teammates, or the great Bengals, defensive lines of the past. Now, let's consider the broader implications. For the Packers, this isn't just about improving one season. It's about setting a new tone for the team's future. With a defense that can consistently pressure the quarterback and stuff the run, Green Bay would be able to control games more effectively, allowing their offense to play with less pressure and more confidence. Jordan Love, the young quarterback, would benefit immensely from a stronger defense, as the team could then focus on building a balanced attack rather than relying solely on offensive fireworks. And with the NFC North becoming increasingly competitive, especially with the Lions and Vikings also investing heavily in talent, the Packers need to make bold moves to stay at the top. The trade itself may also have a ripple effect across the league. The Chiefs, after their rebuild, are clearly positioning themselves for the future, and moving on from Jones could be part of a broader strategy to reset their cap and roster. They might be looking at younger, cheaper options on the defensive line, or perhaps they're eyeing other stars in free agency or the draft. Meanwhile, the Dolphins, who have been mentioned as a comparison, previously traded Armstead in a similar situation. A star player with a high cap hit moved to free up space. The Chiefs might be risking losing a disruptive force, but they seem willing to take that gamble for the sake of rebuilding the team around their young quarterback and protecting their cap. What about the impact on the NFC North? Well, if the Packers land Jones, they instantly become the team to beat in the division. The Vikings and Lions are formidable, no doubt, but adding a player like Jones changes the calculus. The Lions have a dynamic offense led by Jared Goff and a solid defense, but they'll have a harder time against a Packers defensive line that now features one of the league's best interior pass rushers. The Vikings, on the other hand, have their own strengths, but their offensive line still faces questions, and a dominant interior defender like Jones could be the difference maker in crucial matchups. And fans are already speculating about the playoff prospects. With the addition of Jones, the Packers could project a 12-5 record in 2024, with a real shot at securing a higher seed in the NFC playoffs. That would give them a home field advantage, which can be crucial in the postseason. The defense, which has shown flashes of brilliance but lacked consistency, would get a serious upgrade. His presence would also help the young players develop faster, as they'd learn from a seasoned veteran who's been a dominant force in the league for years. The energy in Lambeau Field would be electric, fans eager to see their team finally make that deep playoff push and chase another Super Bowl. Of course, the trade isn't just about immediate impact. It's also about the message it sends to the league and to the team's roster. The Packers are clearly not content with just making the playoffs. They want to contend for championships. The front office's willingness to make bold moves shows their commitment to building a championship-caliber team, and acquiring Jones would be a statement move. It would also send a message to other NFC contenders that Green Bay is serious about returning to the top. In conclusion, this potential trade, if it materializes, could be one of the most significant moves of the NFL offseason. It's a gamble for the Chiefs, who are rebuilding, but a massive opportunity for the Packers to elevate their defense and secure a more prominent spot in the NFC hierarchy. Chris Jones's addition would be akin to injecting elite talent into a team that's been on the cusp of greatness. With his ability to disrupt offenses, create turnovers, and anchor a formidable defensive front, Jones could be the X-factor that pushes Green Bay into Super Bowl contention once again. Fans should be excited because this move, if it happens, could redefine the Packers' future and give them a real shot at adding another Lombardi trophy to their storied history. The NFC North might never be the same again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Green Bay Packers news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, fans should keep their eyes peeled for official announcements. While nothing is set in stone yet, the chatter is intensifying, and the potential for such a blockbuster trade has everyone buzzing. If the Packers pull this off, it would immediately catapult them into a new era of dominance on defense, giving them the kind of star power that can carry a team deep into the postseason. It's exactly the kind of bold move that fans love, and it could be the key to finally breaking that Super Bowl drought. Imagine the excitement at Lambeau Field, with Jones donning the green and gold, leading a ferocious defense that keeps opposing offenses awake at night. It's the type of move that could reshape the NFC landscape and put Green Bay back on the map as a true championship contender. And now, Green Bay Packers fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Green Bay Packers. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Green Bay Packers news.